One person is in the hospital with serious injuries after a two-vehicle accident tonight. And one local state senator is considering a bid for Pennsylvania governor.
Firefighters in Erie are undergoing training. Coming up, we'll tell you more about it.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is Jet 24 Action News at 11.
New tonight at 11 o'clock, a two-vehicle accident Saturday afternoon sends one person to the hospital with serious injuries. The accident happened around 4 at the intersection of West Ridge Road and Millfair Road in Fairview. When crews arrived, they found two vehicles with heavy damage, with one patient trapped in the vehicle. The victim was extricated and taken to an area hospital for treatment of their injuries. There's no word on what caused the accident. However, an accident reconstruction team and traffic investigators were called to the scene. Jet 24 Action News is your local election headquarters. A spokesperson for State Senator Dan Laughlin has confirmed the 49th District Senator is considering a run for governor in 2022. And Laughlin himself telling us, quote, he's leaning towards it. Scott Bremner has our closer look.
Campaign team.
Contractor Dan Laughlin knows how to build things, and soon State Senator Dan Laughlin may try to build the coalition that could take him from northwestern Pennsylvania to the governor's mansion. It's not an easy road. In fact, only Tom Ridge successfully built the way to jump past the power bases of Pittsburgh and Philadelphia so that a candidate from here could win statewide. Ridge called his journey the candidate no one ever heard of from the place no one has ever been.
Certainly going to try and give that a good try. I think this corner of the state brings a lot to Pennsylvania. We get overlooked sometimes, and I've really tried to change that in the last 4 years. And I certainly have a voice in the Senate right now. I don't think there's a senator down there that doesn't know where Erie, Pennsylvania is now.
Another concern right now is the deep divisions in the Republican Party caused by those either supporting or opposing former President Donald Trump. Laughlin supports some Republican initiatives, but has also crossed traditional party platforms by supporting both an increase in the minimum wage and the legalization of recreational marijuana.
And I'm more of a centrist. Quite frankly, I think the middle of the road is what people are hungry for right now, and I think I provide that, and I think that's going to be at least could be a winning strategy for us.
Laughlin says he will travel the state and talk to people before making his decision, probably by July. Scott Bremner, Jet 24 Action News.
For all the latest election news anytime, you can turn to your local election headquarters, yourerie.com. Erie police are investigating 3 separate shooting reports that may be all tied to an incident at an Erie after-hours club. It was shortly after 2 a.m. Saturday when police were sent to 21st and Parade for reports of a shooting of a male victim at a club called Hutt's Place. Shortly after, a second man walked into the emergency room at UPMC Hammett with a gunshot wound, and later state police responded to a call of a third man with a gunshot wound on Interstate 90. Investigators are working to determine if all 3 shootings are from the same initial incident. None of the injuries appear to be life-threatening. Injuries suffered by a 4-month-old infant girl are under investigation by police. It's a developing story tonight at 11 o'clock. Gerard Borough and Pennsylvania State Police were called to a residence at 121 Myrtle Street in Gerard. Authorities are investigating the circumstances surrounding injuries to the victim. The little girl was taken by EMS to an Erie hospital, and it was the hospital that notified authorities. Gerard Borough Police Chief Kevin Rafferty tells Jet 24 Action News that the 4-month-old has been flown by helicopter to a Pittsburgh hospital for treatment. There is no other details that are available at this time. A Conneaut, Ohio man has been charged with a sex crime. Police in Warren, Ohio have charged 27-year-old Gene Sterling of Conneaut with having sex with a 15-year-old girl. The charges come after police were called to a Trumbull County hospital back in February to speak to the victim and her father. The suspect was arraigned on charges Friday. Here are the latest COVID-19 numbers for Erie, the region, and across the state. The State Department of Health reports 45 new positive cases of COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. The total now stands at 18,307. Crawford County reporting 10 new cases. Warren County up 3. Chautauqua County continues to report 7,948. Ashtabula County up 10. Across the state, 4,213 new cases reported. That raises the total to over 984,000. The state also reporting 33 new deaths today, bringing that total to 24,774. Here's a look at the latest vaccination efforts in Erie County. 97,790 vaccinations have been administered. In Crawford County, the number is 34,003, and in Warren County, 10,797 shots have been given. Across Pennsylvania, over 4 million people have now been vaccinated. And be sure to click on this logo on our website, yourerie.com, with information on where and how you can sign up for a COVID-19 vaccine. Erie City firefighters got their live training today at Perry Highway Hose Company Station 42. Julia Hazel has the story.
Erie City firefighters went through a live fire training Saturday at Perry Highway Hose Company Station 42.
We're completing structural burn session training today so that they can have prerequisites to do their Firefighter 1 certifications in later this spring.
The training was held Saturday because of an ease of COVID restrictions and an increased number of recruits. One firefighter just started 4 months ago and says that you always want to make sure you're prepared and know what to do at a fire.
This training, you know, it's smaller than a house, but it's really good because you open the door and the whole thing is on, there's a fire at the end, the whole thing is smoke covered, so you have to crawl, otherwise you're gonna burn up. But
Deputy Chief says one of the most important things to remember as a firefighter entering a building are those 90-degree turns inside. Always make sure where the hose is at and that you're getting enough water supply.
So you got to be able to manipulate that hose line through there, and that would be, you know, like going down a hallway into up a stairwell, around tables, chairs, things like that in a normal house.
And to simulate the training as if it were in real life.
train cutting holes in rooftops with the saws. You get the saw work and the ladder work. You go up in the bucket. You know, you do everything that you're going to do on the job in the training period.
Julia Hazel, Jet 24 Action News.
You know, Julia should have put the turnout gear on. That's all I'm saying. Hey, beautiful weather continues second half of the weekend. Complete forecast.